Well, it's Sunday the 31st of July. Just got back from holiday yesterday. Came out here, cut the grass so I could see the plants, and give them all the feed. The feed was the Miracle Grow standard, and I just put a bottle of Tom Wright in each drum just to lift the potash value. I shall probably do that again on Wednesday, so it's a kilo of Miracle Grow and a litre of Tom Wright, and then go straight on to 2 litres of Tom Wright per 50-gallon drum, and that'll be it then. That'll keep on every 3 days just on Tom Wright up until about the 21st of August. Now the plants are looking good. I'm very pleased with the quality of them, the health of them, and strength. What I'm not so pleased about is the distinct lack of buds. Tomorrow, being the 1st of August, would be my first bud take, and normally I'd expect to be pretty much awash with buds, and having to sort of knock some back to give me some to come later on in the next week or two. This is now Treacia, and although the plants are strong and healthy, there is not really any buds. It does tend to be a bit of a later variety, but what we've had is probably one of the coolest Julys we've had for a very long time, and I would say the plants generally are about a week behind where they normally would be. So I won't be seeing any of these for the early shows. I'm sure given another 6 days, 7 days, which is pretty much when I'll be expecting to be side shooting my national buds, then there'll be more than a few here. They are probably forming in the shoots in there, but they're certainly not there to take as yet. The challengers again are in the same situation. The plants that I've done on single stop are certainly starting to produce a few buds now, but that isn't the majority of them, and I should be able to find a few that may get me out of trouble for the Midlands, but certainly those ones going up the plot are looking more like sort of Surrey Harrogate plants than they are national, and that's quite unusual. Some Hillcrest Hilton there, which are at the stage I'd like them all to be, really, with buds in the tips. I don't take a big bud when I do it. It is literally a pea-sized bud, so a shoot like that would be perfect. And there's plenty of those. Unfortunately there's only 5 plants, and I've never grown a variety before. The Canora Valentine again are looking very good and strong. They're down onto three stems, and there is buds sitting in the tips on those, so I'll be able to secure a few of them, and again they may get me out of trouble, but I've got a feeling that a bud like that sitting in the plant, which is, there's at least 2 per plant that are like that, which is how many I'm growing up. It's going to be nearer a national bud than it is a Midlands or Wales bud, but as long as they're out for the national, that's what they've been grown for. I really don't mind. But so they're looking fine. I've got the Canora Jubilee there again, 1 or 2 buds starting to come on them. The Trooper Dan, they're starting to form. So I'm not too concerned about the national, certainly the Silver Hill, which are growing all these large for. There's some more Jubilee there. Susan Carey's are starting to form, and they tend to form at a young stage. And there's the Les Jackson seedling, the new Hillcrest. unnamed as yet. Again, looking nice and strong, and there's some buds coming. There's the Hillcrest Candy, water plants. You can see the plants to the right are the ones that stopped at the end of June. Ones to the left are the ones that stopped a week after. And there are some buds coming on the right hand side. I should be able to take a few, but I'm beginning to wish that I'd done them all end of June. Normally this right hand side end of June we'll have some big buds in there, and I'll be knocking back, and the left will be at the stage the right is now, but as I say, we are about a week behind, it would seem. Luckily 40 plants, there's 20 of it each stage, so I should be covered on that. The BJ throwing plenty of buds. It is early, and again the right hand side more so than the left, where I've split them up, and there'll be a few buds to take on the Oakwood. They're coming, but not the main. Hopefully they'll be there for the national. Really, it's all I've grown that one for. The Winholm are looking very good plants. Lovely batch there. Again, disappointed that 70 plants I'm going to be scratching through there trying to find some buds to take. Really would have wanted a bit more choice, but the plants themselves are very good, nice and strong. These are perhaps the later ones, the slightly bigger plants down the bottom there. Mary's Jamander is about where I'd like them to be, and this is where I'd normally be at. I left them alone totally to deal with when I got back, and I shall deal with this plant. We've got some here with some very big buds on, and that's really going to be no use to no one. But the shoots here with buds just in, I'll leave it alone just to let all the breaks develop. I want about 16, 17 on this, and what I shall do is just clean that plant through down to numbers and knock some of these buds back, leaving the shoots that I want. Now there's probably at least 18, 19 shoots on this plant, so what I shall probably do first would be to take these shoots completely out, leaving these ones with the buds just in. And again, those are the sort of buds I'll be looking to take tomorrow and get it down to numbers. Those I've done. As you can see, some small, sort of very small pea-sized buds sitting in the shoots, and they're down to numbers. And they're looking a good set of plants. Whether I'll get them through the ring when they flower or not, it's another matter. The Dave's Choice, again, looking fine, apart from there's not as many buds as I'd like. And the Rycroft Jan also are about there, and I should find a fair few of those tomorrow when I come to take them. I tend to take the buds every 5 days, counting back 25 days from the first show. First off, giving a little bit of leeway in the initial shows, and if I had early flowers then I'd probably go to New Forest, but I don't think that's going to be a danger this year. And then every 5 days thereafter I take the buds, and normally on about 4 takes. So if I've got 200 buds on a variety, I try to take 50 every 5 days, and that will give me a range of flower throughout the showing season that I have. These are the Willow's Violet, and they're about right. Some buds just there. I tend to work on about 20 days for a pom to flower, and there's plenty of buds and plenty of buds coming, so I'll just let those come naturally now. I've had one tied, I'll probably get another one soon, and that will give me a vase or two, certainly for the earlier shows and going on. The ones further up there are the second batch that were being grown as something else, and they're a bit behind, but there's some buds coming. Not as strong plants as the main ones, as you can see, but those plants alone will produce me some vases. So let's hope we can take a few buds tomorrow, and then we might have a few flowers for the earlier shows, but I'm sure I've got pretty good confidence that there'll be plenty for the National. It might be one of the first years that I actually still have flowers to go to Harrogate with a decent cut rather than just a judge. So it's not all bad. The plants are very good. I'm pleased with them. Could do with some more buds to take. We're due for a warm week this week, which hopefully will bring them out a bit, and all will be well in the end, we hope.